Well, the themes of the Babadook that interested me, I'm very fascinated by what happens to people when they don't face things, when they push down on difficulties in themselves, and where does that go? So, if someone's had a tragic experience and they don't deal with it, how does it sit in their life? And I guess the Babadook is an exploration of that idea, told in a very heightened way. So in the case of the Babadook, Amelia presses down on these terrible feelings so much that they develop an energy and become something that splits off from her, becomes separate from her, and then starts to control her. And what that thing is, who knows? I know. I feel what it is, but it's up to the audience to interpret what that is. Whether it's supernatural or whether it's psychological is really up to the viewer. But that's the basic idea for me. That's the kernel of the film. When I'd written the film and then we started auditioning 6-year-olds, I was thinking, oh my God, what have I done? Because to put a 6-year-old in the lead role in a film is a really stupid or insane thing to do, but the story demanded it. So, and we looked at children that were older, so we looked at 8 or 9, but Samuel needs a real innocence, and he is a character as well that needs to be loved by the audience. And we found that with 8 and 9-year-olds, there was a sort of a knowing quality that starts to creep in to kids around that age. So he really needed to be an actor of 6. And we found Noah pretty quickly. Once I spotted him, I thought, oh, there's something about him that is really special. And he is 6, and he's an innocent 6. He has a quality that is really pure as a person, and that translated so beautifully into the character of Sam. And I said to someone early on in the shoot, it's directing a 6-year-old's like trying to get Mercury to form in a straight line. It's like every day was terrifying, but it's really paid off. And I think the fact that I am an actor and I know how hard it is, and I basically went through scenes with him and acted them first for him, and then he was able to get it through that process. And he's very smart, he's very emotionally advanced, much more than most children of 6. He had a great empathy for Sam, and a very big heart as well. So all of these qualities just added up to what I feel, we haven't edited it, but what I feel is a really terrific performance. Well, I wanted someone whose work was very handmade and who didn't, who wasn't sort of attached to Photoshop and who wasn't going to create everything on the computer, but who actually would draw these beautiful images. And I'd seen Alex's work, and I was using it as a reference when we were looking at potential illustrators. And we had a few test Babadooks done and it wasn't quite working, and I said to Christina, well, why don't we just ask Alex himself if he wants to do this? And we did, and he was like, yeah, I want to come over. And so we spent, in early pre-production, we spent time developing that first before any of the production design or any of the cinematography came on board. We spent time with him working through that, because for me, the Babadook book is the core of the world of the film. So we had to get that right first. Yeah, so that's how Alex came on board.